Good morning, everyone. It is April 3rd, a beautiful day in sunny Florida. A little over 2 weeks since I shot my last video, and there's been a lot going on. We had 2 wonderful days of rain that we needed very much. We had already starting wildfires here in Florida, but as you will see, the plants love the rain. Here's my fig tree, and it is coming out. Don't have any figs on it yet, but they usually come in about the end of the month and are ready by June. But let's look and see what's been growing today. In my first bed over here, there's my cucumbers that are on the back trellis. And some collard greens, and my grandson's carrots are coming up. He's so excited he's ready to pull them up, and I have to keep telling him, we gotta wait, we've got to grow. My lasagna beds are doing really well. This is a squash. And on the other bed, the green beans are all coming up. The ones on the trellis will be, I don't know if we have any blooms yet, but we should soon have some blooms. And more squash and zucchini just planted everywhere. And I am always experimenting, so I tried doing, in the same organic magazine that I got the lasagna garden, another no-dig method was to just take, if you can see down here, a bag of potting soil. I use organic compost, and you poke holes into the bottom of it, flip it over, and then cut holes to put your little seedlings. These are Japanese cucumbers. I've never grown them before, but they're supposed to be seedless, and they seem to be doing well. And my few little extra asparagus plants I just had left over, I stuck in these bins. Last year I used these as my potato bins, but they didn't do so well, so I'm going back to doing them in my old beds. This bed here, we have our peppers and a lot of herbs. There's my oregano that's in my lasagna. It looks really good. And my basil and rosemary. We have thyme over there. And here we have broccoli that's starting to form the heads. And this right here is another one of the lasagna methods. And we have squash all over the place, which is wonderful. And my sugar snap peas are starting to bloom and get little peas on them. Love sugar snap peas. My cabbage is back here in the back. It's starting to form little heads. And still eating on the lettuce. I pick it almost every day and have a salad. In the back side here of my first bed, let's see if we can see any cucumbers. There we go. Some little baby cucumbers in there. It's amazing. I didn't have anything on it before the rains, and now. Oh, and let me get a picture of my friends here. I let them out. This is my little group of chickens. Up, they're running from me. There's one of our hens. And we have Toby the rooster over there. He's hiding. I'll try to get a picture of him later. But I have some more herbs right here in my front garden. Okay. And the tomatoes are doing wonderfully. It was really windy and a really bad storm, and I was so worried that I hadn't staked the plants yet, and they were getting about ready to be staked. And out of the 20, I only lost 1, and so I hurried out here and staked them. So you can see they're doing beautifully. I always like this time when they're growing and they're doing wonderful, and just hold my breath that we don't start getting some kind of fungal disease or blight, which is something that I think almost everyone in Florida has trouble with. I have a tendency to hurry up. Sometimes I want to buy from Home Depot. The plant's already started, but I found out if you grow your own seed, I've got heirloom seeds. They do a lot better. And so all of these were started from seed. As you can see, there is bloom. and doing very well. And this was my first bed that I used as my compost bin all through the winter. Just a little experiment. And as you can see, I have some over here, which I didn't. I just used soil. And it seems to be, the first one seems to be doing a lot better. But I've got my onions in here that I planted a couple months ago. And the tomato plants just don't seem as strong as, and it might have something to do, it might get more sun. I have a couple of cucumber plants in here, and here's our spinach. Been eating off the spinach. It's not going to last too much longer. You can see it's going to spare because I've been picking it and I put it in the salad. And this is Swiss chard that you can cook like spinach, or I just pick it and put it in the salad because it's really good in the salads too. And over here is my potatoes, my first bin, which I planted probably about a month ago. And then these I planted from about 2 weeks ago, so they're just coming up. And you just keep mounding. This one has the hay on it. I just kept mounding the hay after it gets up to the top with the dirt. So I need to add some more dirt in here. And I have tomato plants on the fence line. And my princess flower is starting to bloom. It does always really well. It's real pretty. It's got beautiful, it blooms all summer long. And here is my TP that I showed you last time, and all the green beans are coming up, so they should start climbing pretty soon. So it's doing really well. And like I said before, these are new trees. Didn't get any plums on this year, which was surprising that I was able to get nectarines on this other one, but I have some nectarines. Let's see if I can get a shot of them. There's one. Then we have some up here. So we're going to get a few, not too many, just enough for maybe me and my hubby to munch on. And here is my pear tree that was so loaded with blooms, and this year, so excited because it's loaded with little baby pears. Let me see if I can find one for you. Here we go. Little tiny baby pears. You see these? They're all over, so I'm hoping with the rain, and I fertilize really good, that they will make pears. I might be having to can a lot of pears. And here's my asparagus patch that I showed you last time, all the ferns. Just got a few asparagus. Won't get anything this year, but hopefully next year it'll give me some nice sized spears to munch on. And so let's see if we can go sneak up on the chicks. It's Toby and the Dixie chicks. I'm down to 3 chicks and 1 rooster. Like I had told you before, we have a lot of wildlife out here, and they absolutely love our chickens for dinner. Oh, and here's some of my blanket flowers are coming up. Very pretty. And I have a salvia there, and my rose bush has some roses on it. This rose bush has been here forever. I don't do anything to it. It just blooms for me every year. This is my little cutting garden, so all of these plants in here are cutting flowers. Good morning. Are we digging worms this morning? Are we digging worms? Yum. Let's see if we can get over here and get the rooster. See what he's doing. He's kind of skittish, but good morning, guys. Getting all the bugs out of my garden so I won't have to spray so much. They do a good job. I have to keep the garden gate closed, or they would go in there and really have fun in my garden. I also wanted to show you my, there's Toby. Hey, Toby. He keeps his ladies in line, that's for sure. I have what we call a loquat tree. One of those fruits that you can't get in the store because the shelf life isn't very long, but they're really yummy. I don't even know how to explain the taste, but I like them fresh. But I saw several recipes for some loquat jam, so I think I'm going to try that this year. I'll have to get a video up front at my other garden because my mulberries have been coming in. I made a mulberry cobbler the other night, and it was really good. And I always make mulberry jam, but my grandson just loves to eat them. Well, there you go. I will try to make another video in a couple of weeks and let you see how things are growing. Have a good day. Bye.